How's it going today, everybody? This is Kaijime Addict, bring you another figure review. Today we are looking at one of the brand new figures from November 2022. This is the Bandai Movie Monster series, Kiryu 2002. Let's not waste any time, let's dive right in and see what this figure has to offer, or maybe what it doesn't have to offer. Alright, let's start out with the details of the figure first and the tag. So the first thing you guys might be able to notice, this figure is barely painted at all, besides its base. Very bright, nice, clean silver. None of the wires have been painted on previous releases, which I'll show here after a bit in the size comparisons when I show off one of the older Kiryus that we've gotten. There's no paint on it. There's the blue in the eyes, the lines on the face, and that is it. So that is one thing about this figure that is very, very disappointing. I've seen a lot of people say it's just the Gashapon except scaled up, which probably is correct. It is really disappointing they did not paint over these wires, at least in the front, like they normally do, like past Kiryus have gotten. It makes the figure look really, really cheap, even for a $10-15 figure in Japan. This is pretty cheap looking, but the detail is still all there. I can say this is a new sculpt. All of it is different in some way or another, even the tail. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, the detail's there as the old Kiryu sculpts, but the paint is not. And it is a huge, huge distraction with this figure. Now for the articulation, he's pretty simple. He's got the arms and the head, which doesn't move at all because of the jetpack. I mean, it adjusts, but nothing crazy. And then the tail moves. Pretty easy articulation for a Bandai. Let's look at this beautiful tag. I love the photo that they chose for this tag. Look at that. That's perfect, I would say. That is the perfect Mechagodzilla screenshot. It's interesting that they are saying it is Mechagodzilla instead of Kiryu, but I believe all the older ones also have it. On the back, you can tell that, or you can see that they use the correct silhouette for the Mechagodzilla, and it looks like it's actually this silhouette right here. And then Godzilla X Mechagodzilla, so that's pretty cool. As I said, 2022. Insides don't really have anything interesting in them. There is a QR code for something. I don't know what that's for. And that's about it. It gives a brief description saying it's probably built off the bones of the 1954 Godzilla. So let's look at an older Kiryu really quick. This is going to be the last Kiryu that was, or the second to last Kiryu that was released. That was a new mold, and that is the Tokyo SOS version. Do you guys see what I mean by a different mold? As I said, this is pretty much the Gashapon figure enlarged by a lot. Look at how much bigger he is compared to the old Kiryu. Quite a bit. This is quite a big scale up. I like it. This Kiryu is actually size accurate. We'll look at him with Godzilla. But yeah, we'll look at all the paint that's added in this figure. That makes this figure look a little bit more complete. This silver would really pop with these extra color palettes in there. So I just don't understand why this figure doesn't have it in the front, at least. It literally doesn't make sense. All right. Let's look at a few Godzillas and a few other things with this figure, shall we? So the Godzilla I chose for the comparison, for the Bandais at least, is the only Millennium Godzilla that kind of really fits. And that is Godzilla 2000, which this Godzilla looks a little short, but he is leaning forward. Maybe if Bandai gives us an 02 or an 03 Godzilla in this scale, it'll look a little bit better. But it's not too bad. He's a little bit larger, which is how it is supposed to be, but I don't think he's supposed to be that much larger. We're going to look at an 02 Godzilla. Obviously, we have the Monster Arts figure, so we're going to compare him with the Monster Arts. And these two, this is a better scaling. Kiryu is a little bit above Godzilla's nose. It's supposed to be close. I'm pretty sure Godzilla's supposed to be 50 and Kiryu is supposed to be 55. Or Godzilla's 55 and Kiryu's 60. I can't remember. Meters tall. I can't remember, but it's one of the two. And really quickly, we're going to compare him with his Monster Arts counterpart. Doesn't that look better? It still looks good. It still looks good. They're great. I love this. I love Kiryu, man. And that's going to wrap up the review, guys. I have to be completely honest, as much as I like the sculpt of this figure, as much as I like the scale up, I like the parts that are painted. To be honest, it's a 5 out of 10. Not having the black on there really, really, really throws this figure off. I get it's a $20 figure, but the past Kiryus have it. There's no reason why this Kiryu, especially on an anniversary, shouldn't have had this. You know, this Godzilla X Mecha Godzilla kind of had a small celebration this year. This figure should have been treated with a bit more respect. Of course, the Godzilla store probably is going to release a Godzilla store exclusive heavy paint version like we got of the SOS Kiryu, and that figure looks fantastic, and I'm going to be not surprised if that one has the paint apps we're missing from this one. So, will I pick up that figure? Maybe. I'm tempted to pick up that Kiryu, so we'll see. That's going to wrap up the review, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry it's a little rushed, a little, you know, I'm still kind of getting back in the groove of things, but I'm excited to be back. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, rock on, stay safe. Remember to go to Facebook, join the Collect All Monster Collectors Facebook group, join the discussion with 1,000+ other wonderful members of all different types of tokusatsu kaiju collecting. And I will see you guys in the very next video. Bye, guys.